Introducing the all-new Audric stroller. Scratch that. Audric Strider, and thank God for that. A stroller is what I carry my 10-month-old when I go to the mall. And by the way, Air Emirates, you owe me a stroller. In a recent trip, they handled it with care and destroyed it nicely. Now the wheel wobbles like crazy. So ignore the name stroller on the dial. You're gonna see it in the macros. It's actually gonna be called the Strider. Right off the bat, you can see this thing has tons of character and style. And I love the bold design, but from afar, it doesn't look like it has all those angles. It just looks like a nice watch. But once you look into the details, you can see it's a little bit special. It's got tons of detail. So excellent design here from Audric. Audric meaning noble ruler. And we have a dodecagon bezel, 12-sided. So each indice has a pointed edge. Flat circular brushing on the top of the bezel, and then it has a gentle taper downwards that's high polished on the dodecagon sides. You see that? Beautiful effect. And it really plays with the light nicely. The case quality is absolutely fantastic. Sharp, angular looks. The mid case divided at the midpoint, giving it that strong presence on the wrist. And that point goes straight to the edge of the lugs. Case is completely brushed, except there are some high polished relief areas on the tip of those lugs. And you can see it catching the light. We have a little bit of brushing bleeding over from the top of the lugs down into that relief, but this is a prototype, so I can't judge the fit and finish harshly until I see the production model. But overall, the case is beautifully done. These are the measurements: 42 millimeters in diameter, thickness of only 11.5, very nice, lug to lug 48 with a nice dramatic downturn on those tips. It wears excellent, even on my 6.5-inch wrist. You are going to see some macros in this video of me wearing the watch from afar, so you can get a good representation of how it's gonna look. I tend to wear only 38 to 40, but I could pull this one off. The crown is nice, big, and grippy, and screws down perfectly every time. Wish there was a clutch system. There is a relief in the middle that's color matched. It's green. So if you get the blue dial, you're gonna get a blue line in the middle of that crown. The watch does have 200 meters of water resistance, and it is in fact a sapphire sandwich. So sapphire on top and bottom. Nice. The bracelet is excellent. We got 22 down to 20. High polished chamfers on the sides of those links, solid end links, solid links. Articulation is pretty good. Signed clasp Audric with high polished bevels on the sides. Twin button release, fully milled. There you can see that. And we do have 3 micro adjusts. And let's quickly check out that sapphire in the back. Audric has gone a step further and blued the screws and have a signed rotor. Excellent. Love when companies add blued screws. The dial is a textured studded dial, so it looks like studs there, and we do have skeletonized hands. I'm not a fan of skeletonized hands. That's probably the one thing I would change on this watch is the hand style, but that's just me. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Applied baton indices except for Arabics at the cardinals 12, 6, 9, but there is a date at 3. The finishing on the indices and hands could use a little bit of a cleanup. They are very dirty, and there is some lume missing on the 12 o'clock marker, but this is a prototype, so we cannot judge it. And Audric has assured me on the production model, the lume is actually gonna get better. So I heard it's already really strong. We're gonna check it out soon, and it's gonna get even better on the dial and hands. The price of this one comes in at $549 USD on Kickstarter. That is the early bird special pricing, and that's what you're not gonna wanna miss. Because if you miss it, the price goes up to $849 USD retail. So a $300 price jump. That's a big one, so just be wary of that. Okay, I know many of you own an SKX, and if you want to see it next to the Strider, here it is for a visual. All right, 42 versus 42. Actually, 42.5 on the SKX. Okay, if you own an SKX, you can definitely pull off the Strider. If you want a sports watch, Swiss made, to go along with your diver, yeah, here you go. It's a good option. Let's do the weight with all the links. I took out 4, 182 grams. Wow, that's a heavy one. 167 on my wrist. I wore it for a couple days and I was worried that these sharp downturn lugs would hit my arm, but they didn't, so didn't feel it. Okay, we're gonna check her out on the time grapher. It is regulated to 4 positions. Wow. And this one is the ETA 2824. I used to be on Team Sellita with that re-engineered, improved winding mechanism, but ironically, all the Sellitas I've been getting problems with. The ETA's much more reliable, so now I'm back on Team ETA. When you buy this watch, you could get one or the other, so you're gonna have to get lucky to get the ETA like this one right here, plus 4 seconds a day. Remember, it does have the blued screws, very nice decoration with the rotor. So you're getting something a little bit extra, which I love. And look at this. Excellent. Chronometer grade movement. It's not COSC certified, but definitely capable. Of course. A lot of beat error though at 0.5, but you can't complain with 1, 1, 0, 0 in the fourth and final round, 0. There is the Lume-Shot C3 X1 Swiss Super Luminova. Probably the strongest lume in the game right now. And I can't believe they told me they're gonna make it better. So that's excellent. Great lume. I forgot to mention that this watch is coated in something called Hexadori coating. So what is that? It basically makes the watch more scratch resistant. Check out the Kickstarter down below. At $549, regulated to 4 positions, Swiss made, blued screws, decorated rotor, sapphire sandwich, excellent bracelet, very bold and intricate case that looks deceivingly simple from afar, textured dial. There's a lot to love, and at $549, I think if you like the design and are looking for a sports watch, you should definitely jump on this one. At $849 retail, the argument is going to be a little bit more tough, and I would have to do a lot more thinking to give you guys a proper recommendation at that point. But guys, if you're still here, please remember to subscribe and check out the videos to the right of your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one.